Obviously, I'm not going to be able to change your mind about Annie.
No, you're not.
I hope it's worth it.
Drop the subject, all right?
Scott's come up with a new plan for the company. A mission statement, he calls it.
Oh, yeah? You on board with it?
Well, I haven't heard it yet. Scott, the floor is yours.
Thanks. Okay. We all know that Chandler needs to change direction. We need to become a company that gives back to the customers, to the community, to the environment. And we do this by refocusing our efforts on products that are beneficial as opposed to just profitable. And we need to sell off any company that doesn't meet this criteria and fund or purchase those that do, green companies. Companies that show a profit morally as well as financially. We need to get to the point where when people hear the name Chandler, they equate it not with greed, but with giving. So what do you think?
A give-back conglomerate.
Exactly.
Well, the only money we give back generally is money to our stockholders as profit. Our mission statement, the new mission statement, will be pretty much like the old mission statement. Make more money.
Yeah, that's really what we should be focusing on, Scott. Maybe when our company becomes flush again.
Wow. I was really hoping that the two of you might be looking at things just a little bit differently now. I guess I was wrong. And you were just lying.
Well, what are you talking about?
When you swore to my father, your brother, that his death wouldn't be in vain.
I'm telling you, Ryan, Emma was on those stairs saying she wanted her mommy. Now, these are they're like flashes. I couldn't tell you what order they go in or what they mean, but I'm remembering these things. They really happened.
Tell me again about you remembering the figure that was running outside on the terrace.
There's not a whole lot to say. I mean, it was dark. I couldn't tell who it was.
But do you remember if it was a man or a woman?
It was a woman, I think.
Do you think it could have been Annie? I mean, that would make sense. You know, with you remembering Emma on the stairs asking for her mom.
It was a woman with long hair.
Do you think maybe it was Annie? I mean, just your face, by any chance, could it have been Annie?
Yeah, it could have been Annie.
I seem to have offended you. I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings. But I'm sure Henry's done worse than that.
Shut up. You're just trying to get a rise out of me. To get me to turn against Henry. It isn't going to work. You need to understand something. Nothing can possibly save your wife now.
Yeah. Ugh, not now. I'm a busy man.
You're gonna want to hear this. You remember Tad Martin?
What? Indeed, I do. You survived our trigger-happy police chief.
Oh, well, Jesse was doing his job. It was an innocent mistake.
I'm glad you're so understanding. I'd have had the man's badge.
Yeah, well, because of what happened that night, Tad didn't remember much of what he saw.
Yeah, I know.
But his memory's coming back. And he remembers seeing Annie at the Chandler mansion that night running from the terrace after the gunshot.
Henry has decided that Kendall is guilty. He's going to make sure that the jury agrees with him.
He doesn't have enough evidence.
He doesn't need any more evidence. He's brilliant in the courtroom. You know the old saying, any good prosecutor can indict a bologna sandwich. He can not only convict it, he can put it to death.
Well, if you don't need a lawyer, have a seat, Mr. Martin, and tell me exactly what you remember from that night.
My father loved you. And he never stopped believing that one day you would change, that you would stop taking from people and you would start giving back. And he wanted the same for you, too. And the last time I saw him, we talked about how you were going to bring me into the company. And I promised him that I would do everything I could to help change things. I keep my promises. And I cannot work at Chandler unless I can do what I told him that I would do. I'm sorry.
Well, he's got a good heart. Soft heart, but a good one. But you're the businessman here, so save our company. All right? But I do hope that we can keep Scott as part of it. Would you go after him? Do the best you can? For Stuart's sake?
Oh, that is a cushion that I was using during the last few months of my pregnancy. Yeah, my back was killing me. And then I used it again last few minutes of birthing. It didn't help much, though it did keep me from scratching Jake's eyes out.
Was this birth tougher than when you had me?
Yes, actually, it really was. It was a lot more difficult than I expected. Oh, here you go.
Hey.
Well, hi. Hi, wow, I just didn't expect you guys back so soon.
Can I hold him?
Of course.
It was just baby talk. I know he's not my little baby boy. Can you excuse me for just a second? Sorry. Why don't I go make sure she's okay?
Yeah.
What were you doing bringing her here so fast?
Don't worry about it. She's not going to recognize me.
How can you be so casual? You're so certain that nothing is going to go wrong.
Hey, babe. So, baby's eating up a storm. Then he's going to need a nap, right? So we should probably split.
Thanks. You need anything else?
I'm good.
Thanks. I'd join you for a drink, but I'm a drunk. Just don't think it would end up well.
You'll have my resignation in your office first thing in the morning. And I probably won't be around Pine Valley much longer either. I guess you got what you wanted.
What are you talking about?
You and Uncle Adam have the most intense father-son dynamic that I have ever seen. And throwing me into the mix as male Chandler heir number 2, it doesn't help things. And don't try to deny it.
Okay, I won't. Yeah, I wasn't happy when he handed control off to someone other than me. But I also don't enjoy feeling like this. Your family, your Uncle Stuart's son. I miss your dad more than I ever thought I could. I also see a lot of him in you. I don't want you leaving Pine Valley. I don't want you leaving Chandler, and neither does my dad. I'd like to find a way to work past this. You think that's possible?
Henry doesn't just question witnesses. He molds them. He twists them around until they're saying exactly what he wants them to. It's like he casts